Today I thought it would be fun to create a butterfly with some texture and create a still life look. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out utilizing texture and some acrylic paint. So welcome and let's get started. So I want to start by sketching in my butterfly, just kind of a rough sketch because I want to add the texture for the butterfly and then have a different texture on the outside to create a still life vignette, if that's even a thing, or am I just making that up? I'm not exactly sure, but that's my plan. Here is just some spackle, wall hole filler that I've been using in the last few videos. Although I find it too thick, at least for this. I want a really subtle texture. So I'm just going to add some water, stir it up really, really good, and then start spreading it with my palette knife around the canvas. So first I'm going to do the exterior of the canvas, around the butterfly, and then eventually I'm going to come in and just add the same paste. Same consistency, same thickness, but I want to put it down in the direction of the wing, kind of going out. You'll see how my hand is going because I want to contour the same as the butterfly wing would be. And then I'm just going to do the body and add some antennae. And then I'm going to let this dry for a couple of days on the table. And then we'll watch this thing come to life. A giant cup of get shit done because I really need to work on this. I'm now going to take a yellow Naples light mixed with pouring medium and very, very watery consistency. And I'm just going to wash over the entire butterfly. But I should tell you, before I did this, I actually gessoed all of the texture because I find that it, just like wall filler, right? You're supposed to prime it first. So in this instance, I'm using gesso as a primer to kind of stop the absorbency of all of the acrylic paint, from getting sucked into the spackle stuff. And then this is just yellow ochre. If I said it right this time, I'm not sure. And then I'm just going to use my catalyst wedge and my new favorite, which is Van Dyke Brown mixed with Ginger Snap by ColourArte. And I'm just going to kind of roughly or lightly go over the texture to start to create the outside of my butterfly. I don't really care if I come in over top of the butterfly because I'm going to color that in a completely different color. So I'm just going to layer upon layer, as always, just coming in with other colors. So this is a carmine red, and I'm mixing it in with my Van Dyke Brown Ginger Snappy mixture. I just keep going over and over and over until I get something that I like. And then this is quinacridone Nickel Azo by Vivid Intense by ColourArte. I like that color too a lot. I love the mixture of the Van Dyke Brown with the Ginger Snap and then adding the quinacridone Nickel Azo. It's awesome. It's my favorite kind of to create an antiqued vintage style artwork for at least what I'm doing currently, which is this whole playing with texture. And there's my dog Squeaky Toy in the background. I love that. So again, I'm just going to kind of come in until I kind of get a color that's going to work for me. I know this is going to dry a lot darker though. So I'm going to use the yellows Maple Light and come in over the top just to add a little bit of lightness. And then we'll see what happens after it dries if I need to add any more color to the top. And now for my new favorite of everything is the dirty water. I always have a thing to the side for my brushes to clean them in between colors. So I'm just going to go over the top and get this stuff out of the way. And you'll see, because I really want a soft look around the outside of the butterfly. So watch as the brush comes across. See how it just softens it right up? That's what I want. Then we'll let that dry completely, and then we'll come in and color in our butterfly. All right, now it's dry, and you can see it did dry a lot darker. So I'm glad that I did the yellow Naples light, not yellows, over top, kind of giving it a softer look and lighten up the color. Now I'm going to use turquoise blue, and I'm going to follow the direction with my brush strokes towards the outside of the wing, towards the body of the butterfly, and just continue to color and layer. And I'll come back and tell you some more stuff as we keep going through this. kind of got the first layer down for coloring the butterfly, I'm going to come around it to create like a still life shadow, as if this is like in a shadow box. If that, again, I've seen these before, so I'm trying to see if I can do it in acrylics and texture paint. It's just kind of creating a shadow as if it's like sitting in the shadow box, kind of pinned up underneath the butterfly. And this is just Van Dyke Brown again, mixed with Ginger Snap. I even, on the tips of the wings, that's what I use, the same color. Now I'm just going to use some of the turquoise blue and just keep blending and blending and blending until I get this butterfly, the wings, kind of in the color that I want. So I let this dry for a couple of days and realized that I wanted to darken up the tips of the wings. So I'm taking, again, Van Dyke Brown and Ginger Snap by Prism Pour and mixing them too, because I want it thicker than the wash that I've been using, the one that's mixed with like, just pouring medium and very watered down, to kind of give it a darker wing tip. Tip of wings? I don't know. Why is English such a difficult language for me some days when doing this? But anyway, that you can see, so I can finish off the butterfly and darken up the body. And I'll just keep going and playing until I get to where I need to be. And over top of the entire surface, I'm going to use some acrylic gel in a silk matte. I have to apply it with my hand to get it into all the nooks and crannies and crevices, but I find it gives it a nice, soft, smooth feel for the texture, so it's not so rough. I really enjoy that. So that's how I kind of finish this whole piece off.